All right, y'all, what's going on? It's obviously Hoodie Z today. Honestly, love trading in a hoodie. It makes me feel very comfortable. So, lots of videos with hoodies probably on the way. But here we were taking a look at NQ and then comparing it to YM and just making sure to see, what the deviation between them were. And essentially, I already had the idea of buying YM today from a discount. And once I saw this 9:30 open, I said, yeah, it's time to get action. And you'll see me draw out the low of the day as well as this order block here. And ultimately, the market was trending higher overall. And we just basically get this internal sweep. And it all happens in just a flash of just one candle. So I'm going to basically map out the range of this candle, and preferably depending on where they close, I'm going to be looking to buy it probably from, the 61.8 or higher of the level that I just mapped out. Still checking out NQ as well. It actually is ready, right? So when it just hit that low, that was the low. But right now, YM is going to be ready first. So at this point, I'm looking for them to just slip up just a little bit. We have this inversion, and then we have a fair value gap just below the midnight open. These are places that I'm going to be looking for a buy opportunity. So there goes the first one. Got me a little slipped there, but that's fine because we have a little bit of profit to play with from Asian, and I don't expect for them to actually come low at all. And then this new high here, that gives me the confirmation that I'm in the right direction. Okay, that I'm going in the right direction, and now I just need to take advantage of the manipulation that they give. So they're going to tap the 1 hour fair value gap that I have mapped out. That's what they're in right now. And they're slightly tapping below the midnight open towards the 50% of our 4 hour mitigation block. So I let them hit it once. I knew I wanted to get more orders in, but this is what I like to wait for. I just like to wait for that candle close and then another push in the wrong direction. Right? I wanted to feel like they're really trying to induce sellers into the market. And once I saw that they were struggling to actually deliver, because if they wanted to sell at this point, they would sell. And you see the red lines in the midnight open, they're just sitting on it. So from here, we'll go ahead and fast forward the video, but it's time to get showtime. All right, so at this point, I step away and they hit my alert, but they don't actually hit my TP. And I'm very big on this, guys. Right? Very big on this. If it's coming 5 points from the TP, that's a TP. I'm not going to just let that just roam. So when I come back, of course, I'm going to realize that they hit my alert and swept slightly the buy side there. But for whatever reason, right, they don't take the high just yet, right? And then, it makes sense. The market is like that. The market is like that. So you see, I check the 5 minute, I say, okay, we're at this level. I immediately just take profit. Look at that, no greed. Now I do entertain the idea of them, just making a small pullback for a buy. But as you guys will see in a few, they do a lot more than just a small pullback. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward from here. All right, so at this point, I go ahead and close out as we're about to close a strong inversion. So I want to see, right? I want to see how they're going to respond. Now, I'm not afraid. I'm definitely still looking to buy this. As
what type of bad is she being?
Looking to potentially buy NQ here as well.
So what type of bad is she being?
A classic idea that
y'all are kids. Y'all need to take care of the kids.
And here I go ahead and map out the key, right? This point right here is going to be the key of the day. As when this gets inversed, we'll have a buying opportunity. Now, I jumped the gun just a tad bit, and it's not really jumping the gun.
Y'all kids, I need to take
but
care
I take
of the
the
kid.
entry as soon as they first tap it.
If it's serious.
And then my daughter distracts me. And what's going to happen is my daughter's actually sitting to right outside of the screen, and she's asking me a bunch of questions about my other daughter. And due to the fact that my mind is split, I do actually close out this trade manually and then wait for a clearer mind, because I can't really focus at this time. And I don't play about that. So, if they're not going to immediately go up, it's fine. I could take that small loss. You probably see the reaction on my face, but I know that I'm Gucci. I check balance and say, okay, cool. I have,
that's not
decent risks that I can use for this trade. I'm going to still entertain both YM and NQ in this situation, but just honestly being patient. This is a quality idea for me. Okay, this is a quality idea for me. And now that my daughter has basically stepped out of the room, I'm basically taking the same trade, and I never had to close the original one. The thing is that I knew I just needed to make sure that I was clear-minded while taking the trades. So what you'll see here is basically the market has already shifted. Okay, they accumulated, they dropped down, swept out those lows, they made the higher high, and now we've pulled back. We're already inside of a 15-minute order block.
In her playroom and tells F to go in the playroom.
We're coming down into the 5-minute order block as well. And essentially, I take the first entry. Now, I could have fired up this candle, right? This same candle, but what I decided to do is kind of hedge it and just take this buy here on YM. So I could have been firing up NQ though. However, my plan, and this is the goal, and it's solely fine, is that I would wait for this candle to close. And in the event that it did close above the inversion, then I would take another entry and let the market run. So once I take the other entry, we'll go ahead and fast forward this video and get on with it. But pretty much cake at this point, right? They've given it away. Boom. I've averaged out my position. It's right where I want it to be, which is inside of the inversion. I know that as long as I'm below the candle that closed above the inversion, my stop loss is below those points, that I'm pretty solid if this is the trade that I believe that it is. So the whole goal is to minimize the amount of risk and maximize the potential target. So I'm trading a daily level trade from a 1-minute opportunity. So maximizing it while also still keeping my stop where it would be invalid. So we'll fast forward from here. All right. Here we're approaching our first easy draw. The reason why I am actually taking profits here very shortly is the fact that we are not ranging on the daily, meaning you have to be locked in on taking clear, concise targets. As y'all already saw earlier with YM pushed up right to the tip of the high and then boom, shot right back down. In this type of range, you have to be a profit taker, not a swing trade holder. You're going to piss yourself off. You're going to mess it up. So essentially, in a second, I'm going to go ahead and pull my stop loss in the profit. If it, I'm leaving room for them to try to take off, but if they don't take off, I'm just going to take the profits. And, that's exactly what you guys will see here in a second. But you want to absolutely make sure that you are bagging a profit when the daily is not clear on bias. Take the profits, build an account to get to a great day. And here we go here. I'm going to pull it down a little bit. And because I realize, I've made my goal for the day. Anything else is just a bonus. And we close out. And that's it, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And don't forget to trade smart. Peace.